Hello, I wanted to share some information with you regarding the Educational Programs and Operations Supplemental Levy that will appear on the November 5th ballot. A supplemental levy is a new concept for the Mount Vernon School District, and there can be confusion as to how the supplemental levy fits in with the Educational Programs and Operations Levy that was approved by voters in February of 2019. The levy approved in February 2019 was a replacement of a levy that was expiring at the end of the year. This supplemental levy represents an add to the levy approved in February. Let's take a look at why a supplemental levy is on the ballot. The answer to that question begins with the legislative changes in school funding. In response to the McCleary lawsuit brought against the state of Washington, the legislature implemented a cap on how much school districts could collect from their Educational Programs and Operations Levy, or EPO. The new cap was established at $1.50 per thousand of assessed valuation. Based on the new cap, the February 2019 ballot included levy amounts calculated at the $1.50 per thousand limit. Since our previous levy rate was $3.93 per thousand, this change resulted in a significant loss of levy revenue for the Mount Vernon School District. As a result, this year's budget included approximately $3 million in program reductions, including the elimination of almost 20 teaching positions. After passage of our levies and completion of our budget, the legislature made another change to the EPO levy calculation and increased the cap from $1.50 to $2.50 per $1,000 of assessed valuation. This increase allows the Mount Vernon School District to collect more revenue from the EPO levy than was approved by voters in February 2019. In order to collect the additional revenue, a supplemental levy would need to be proposed by the district and approved by voters. When the new legislative changes were made at the state level, the Mount Vernon School Board began discussing the possibility of asking voters to consider a supplemental levy on the November 5th ballot. While the supplemental levy would increase taxes over the amount approved in February, the tax rate would still be less than the tax rate prior to the legislative changes. In addition, it would allow the school district to add back some of the reductions that took place during the current school year, including restoring some of the eliminated teaching positions in an effort to help lower class size, restore funding to purchase elementary reading and science curriculum, and increase academic and behavior supports for all students. Now let's review the impact in dollars and cents. The two bars to the right show the total EPO levy amount with the supplemental levy. The darker orange section is the amount already approved by voters last February, approximately $7.8 million in calendar year 2020 and $9.3 million in 2021. The lighter shaded section on top is the amount we are requesting in the supplemental levy, almost $3.6 million in 2020 and $2.6 million in 2021. These dollar amounts will appear on the November 5th ballot. The solid bar on the far left shows what we were collecting before legislative changes, over $15.1 million. The bar with the dotted line shows the decrease in the levy amount we were able to collect under the $1.50 levy cap imposed by the legislature. This change resulted in a loss of almost $9 million in levy funds. To demonstrate what the supplemental levy means to the average taxpayer, we contacted the Skagit County Assessor's Office to find out the average assessed value of a home in Mount Vernon at this time. That amount is $300,000. Using the estimated rate per thousand, a taxpayer with a home valued at $300,000 would pay an additional $237 in 2020 and an additional $162 in 2021. These estimated rates shown here, 79 cents in 2020 and 54 cents in 2021, will appear on the ballot. We know that we pay several different property taxes for schools, including a state levy, the 2016 construction bond, the technology and security levy, and the educational programs and operations levy. And people want to know what the impact will be on their combined tax rate. This slide shows the changes in the total tax rate before legislative changes went into effect, the current tax rate, and what they will be in 2020 and 2021 with the supplemental levy added on. While tax rates will increase in 2020 and 2021, the total rate will still be $1 less than the rate before the legislative changes. Election date is November 5th, and ballots will be mailed around October 16th. Please feel free to contact the district with any questions. Thank you.